Yo, what's going on, peoples? It's another episode of MC2MC. Guys, superb.
Oh, Tom.
Mitchell McLaughlin. Wait, no, take two.
Man, there are no take twos in this world, unfortunately.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, man. Welcome back.
Thank you.
You're looking
Yeah, bro.
dapper, one might say.
Yeah, man. Getting those my beautiful dark twisted fantasy vibes going over there.
Yeah, I'd like to keep it about the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
So how was it in Hawaii with Kanye?
It was fun. Yeah, it was a time and a half. I was just glad to be here.
What does he smell like?
Wonderful time. Glad to be here, guys.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take these off now.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
So,
Look at those eyes. Wonderful.
all right. Here we are. How
Those
you
are the
doing?
eyes of a star.
So we just had.
It was like pure fear in my eye when he said that. I just like didn't. I was to simulate what happened between Perv and I on eye contact. It was this. So
No.
Did you make eye contact
with the
people?
camera, yeah, with the lens.
With the millions of people out there right now?
Yeah,
So,
Millions.
we just
billions.
had a great night the other night listening to your new project.
Yeah, that
Which
was a lot of
is-
fun.
Very exciting. Trip had deodorant on his shirt.
Yeah.
It's just like you never call that stuff out. Like that's the joke of it. Like I hope
We love you, Trip.
It was so
did.
good.
It was so funny. That was hilarious, man.
We were
I'm
talking
sorry.
about that like 2 hours later when we were at the house. Just like that was the funniest thing. That was just so.
Nobody
good.
ever calls that out.
Yeah.
No
They're
one.
just like, hey,
but
man.
it's like not a big deal. Like it happens to
It
everyone.
really isn't.
That's why
It
I thought
does.
it was funny. Like I'd hope, he'd be like, yeah, like it happens.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he was like, all right, kind of with it, but he was a little uncomfortable. I felt bad.
he definitely was.
I felt bad. I just thought like, I don't know.
Nah, so
I get
worth
you,
it.
man.
It was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
You
it
know,
was.
sometimes you strike out. Like,
Sometimes.
it was great.
Yeah.
It was. It brought something to the surface of my attention that I didn't know was going on.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So,
really, eagle eye.
what was the inspiration behind deodorant stains on the project?
oh, deodorant stains had to do with everything. Every morning I'd wake up, I'd put on deodorant, and
Then just fuck up putting your shirt on.
yeah, every
Yeah.
time, and it was beginning to be embarrassing,
Mm-hmm.
and.
So you just want. You
Sorry, I can't keep that straight.
don't
face.
want to. You don't want to like.
So I
let
switched
other
to
people-
gel.
Oh wow.
Oh, he switched to gel.
Switched to gel.
All right, bro. A little cleaner.
All
I
right.
see.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, not as much white stains, man.
It
I
feels
actually
good,
do like the
dude.
gel. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
the gel. It's cool.
Mm-hmm,
Gel's
the
nice on the
sticks.
arm.
Seems like it disappears a little faster, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Oh man, this is great. This is gonna be a great one. So, okay, deodorant stains. All right. So In the Water
Mm-hmm.
was out.
Yeah.
In the water, yeah.
Yeah.
That was released a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
October 15th.
We've heard it probably from like some of the earliest versions,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And to hear how far it's come is impressive to say the least. It sounds so good. It was rocking the other night.
Thanks, man.
That
yeah.
was actually. It was. We worked on some of that in Studio B.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah, upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
That was our first session actually together. And we had
Yeah.
the interns in there.
Yeah.
And it was back when everything was still like MIDI and all like samples and shit.
I don't think that was our first session. That might have been the second.
Oh, okay.
Because I remember we worked on.
Did we have that
something.
nighttime session before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The night session.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
a bonding moment.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
so much fun there. That was
That was a
awesome.
good time.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
That was really cool.
Man, that was early too. That was like the first batch of interns.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts
Yeah.
out Mo, Carly, Lissa.
Pretty sure that was before we got the booth upstairs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man,
It was really
Time.
cool. Time.
Time.
What month was that? That was
that was
March of 21.
Something like that.
Yeah, that was-
February.
Because
yeah.
I think I came here at around February.
That would have been
Shout out, Dave.
about like February, March, somewhere in that
Mhm.
time frame. Interesting. You didn't even have. No, you did have color of your hair as well.
I think
That
but
one
it was really
pretty
rushed.
much-
It
That
was-
no, that one was like, I actually finished that one and called it like pretty early on because I wanted it to be simple. I wanted it to sound like one of the first songs you like learn on guitar.
Yeah.
You know, like something you like play slowly to get the finger picking down, and then like the lyrics I feel are like simple enough, and it's like a through narrative. Like I just wanted it to be like just like a straightforward, pretty song, you know?
Can you explain what like a climber with no rope reaching for the stones means?
Okay, so how does that like reach for the stones, collecting only dust, my ashes to lust? Like I was trying, but it was so difficult, and when I grabbed onto this metaphorical rock, it was like I was doing my best, but it's still I turned to a lustful decision as opposed to a more faithful one. And I felt really guilty about that, you know, because, well, obviously you just feel guilty about making those kinds of decisions, and you learn from them, and I understand it happens in life, but, you know, it's
important for things like that to happen, because you do learn from it. Failure's awesome.
I always wondered what that meant. Heard it quite a few times. I just pictured this magical rock climber.
Now, this time last year,
climbing.
Did you think that you did, like, were you planning on having this, like, run of music that you're gonna do?
No. I got super lucky, like, finding you guys. Like, that was, like, a big push forward. Like, Upstate definitely, like, inspired me and got me going in a direction that helped me, like, be more confident in myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a good, like, way of building up my self-esteem. And so I was working on In the Water in July of 2020. Basically, like, the pandemic hit, I went on unemployment, and so I had a lot of time. And I had the riff. Like, we were like, every single day I was going out to this garage in Antioch, and I was setting up all my recording gear. And it would be like from 8 a.m. to like 4 p.m. I would basically just like smoke and work on music, like, you know, but it was like so unnecessary time. But what's funny is like I worked on like In the Water. I mean, I was working on other stuff. I did this K-pop song that's so it's funny as fuck. It's like
I gotta hear that.
I gotta hear that K-pop track.
It's pure blackmail.
It's a deep cut.
It's called We Go Wild, and the hook's like because you have to like imagine it in Korean, you know, and like they do like a dance to it and shit.
Yeah, man.
And like the hook.
So you got to dance?
No, I didn't make the dance. Nobody ever. It didn't get cut.
Don't worry, I'll take care of it.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, Tom's a choreographer.
Hit him with it. Yeah. We go wild. We go wild.
Yeah, it goes. We go wild.
Yeah. All right, bro. Yeah, I gotta hear that. Deep cut coming from Mitch soon, guys. Don't worry.
I'll do a B-side.
Yeah, B-side bonus track.
It's so funny.
Just something completely out of the tone.
That's hilarious. If I, dude, I like
88 Rising, bro. Give this man a single deal, bro. What's good, bro? Put him in there.
K-pop, coming for you.
But I'm glad you said that, because if that's like the goal, like to make dope people realize how dope they are. Like I'm glad that we even a little bit maybe swayed you to releasing this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but like I was saying, it took me forever to work on In the Water, but when I brought it here, it was like I had enough people that were like, yo, that's cool. You should look at that, you know, and it was like, okay, cool. Like, let's just do the work.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to release a project. And so you guys were like, I was like, I want to do an album. And you're like, maybe you should look at an EP format, which was genius. You know, I couldn't afford an album, and also like just quality. I want to make sure I really put everything into the music and like, I don't know, like stretch it and like push the needle forward, like in a way. I really want to make sure people are hearing something new. There's nothing wrong with vintage music by any means, you know, but I want to make sure that it's just always moving forward, even if it has a nostalgic feel to it.
That's how Memphis feels to me, very specifically.
Yeah,
it's like it feels like a classic record, but also updated with like the vocal effects and just how Yeah, don't get me started on Memphis. And the second to last
Wait,
song.
how much can we talk about the EP?
I was just thinking that. I figure let's just talk about it because we'll have this video online forever. So,
yeah.
you know, like people can go back and just like check it out.
And
so.
I also feel like this release you're doing, everything is kind of leading into the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would, you definitely talk about the EP.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
go into it. That'd be cool. Yeah.
They're strings, and they're beautiful.
Yeah, there are strings. The first track, the strings were written by Marta Palombo, who's an incredible artist, and she's got just a beautiful voice, and she's an incredible arranger.
Shouts out Palumbo.
Yeah, hell yeah. And she was at the release party the other night, and...
Oh, was that the one with the red hair?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, I met her briefly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really nice.
String player vibes. I get it now.
Yeah.
She gives off a string player kind of vibe.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Dave, that's who you were talking to when I walked in. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Very cool.
So I'm producing a project for her right now. We're doing 3 songs, and it's still early stages, but I'm really excited. We went through and did like the pre-production shit, and
So she sings too?
oh yeah,
just
beautiful. She was in choir at Belmont and has been singing her whole life. You know, I mean, just one of those talented human beings.
I mean, you're not naming all these people here. You know what I'm saying? Satorian was involved.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Yes.
sorry, I was just thinking. I was going track by track in my head.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Satorian, Peter Donnelly,
Yeah,
an incredible arranger as well. Good friend of mine. I've known him since I was 18, and he's an awesome cello player. And so we wrote the arrangement. He started it.
Yeah.
So he started it, and I came over to his apartment in Hendersonville, Tennessee, because we're in Nashville, Tennessee, which I guess everybody knows. But if this is like the first time watching an episode, maybe they don't know where we
Maybe
are.
they don't know.
Well, they would know off the intro
Oh,
because it shows Nashville
that's
skyline. But
True. If you don't know it, Nashville's
we're going to say theoretically, if someone walked in on like a friend or something, and it
at
was
this
like,
moment.
at this moment, genius, Mitch.
Hey,
Genius.
this is in Nashville.
I saw a bus today that said Alaska, and I thought about it, and I was like, well, that's an interesting brand name,
Like
because
a-
I'm sure they're not.
Oh, like the brand was Alaska.
I have
Can we
no
get
idea.
a quick shout out to Lil Jachi, though. He was just in Alaska.
Yeah, he
Joshy
was, and he saw the
in
Northern
Alaska?
Lights.
Yeah.
I would love to see the Northern Lights. That'd be
Oh, yeah.
incredible.
That was awesome that he did that. I saw his story, and I was blown away. I was like, what? Good for you. And then, did he see Playboy Cardi in Alaska?
No,
No,
not
he
in
came-
Alaska. He
no.
came back here, yeah.
That was
That
like
would have
the
been
next
epic.
I saw that, and I was cracking up. I also just thought, like, how funny would it be if him and his friend were like, hey, like, Playboy Cardi is playing in Alaska. Do you want to go? Like,
Yeah, why not?
dude,
Fuck it.
Alaska, an artist. So Pitbull
Yeah.
Pitbull.
did this competition where it was, I don't know how they did it. It was just like vote on where Pitbull should go perform. And it might have been at like a Walmart parking lot or something like
in
that.
Alaska?
Oh, I've heard that,
Well,
yeah.
hold on. So it was like a ton of cities all over the world, and they would vote. And I'm totally botching this right now, but it was something like, you know, all these cities around the globe like would vote for like where he should go, and
Yeah.
Alaska won. And this is kind of interesting.
Interesting.
And a little funny.
I don't know when
Alaska
companies.
people want Pitbull, bro.
Yeah, dude.
They love him out there,
I want
man.
to check the Spotify thing and see like where
like all
I
the
should
people
really
in Alaska.
market my music to Alaska,
Dude.
because like
I feel it's perfect, man. Wintertime's coming up.
Yeah.
man.
honestly, yeah,
just
dude.
like
Yeah.
Some warm music.
They get the nice wintertime vibes and stuff there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I think it's like dark. Like half
Definitely,
the
there's
year.
some songs that would fit very nice with like a hot chocolate and a
Yeah.
fire right beside you.
I would
Nice.
drink, hot chocolate to hide the knives.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Quick
It's
question.
funny you said
Quick
that.
question. This is important. Hot chocolate with marshmallows or with no marshmallows?
I mean, if I have marshmallows.
Marshmallows.
So
What kind of question is that?
I'm just saying, a lot of people don't like the marshmallows.
Well, where are those people at? Where y'all at?
They're dead.
Where y'all
Let me
at?
know.
Yeah.
Terrence,
Oh God, there's
He
this,
doesn't. He
there's
doesn't.
this,
you don't like marshmallows?
Do they get in the
Really?
way? I feel like they could get in the way of things. They could get in the way.
That hurt.
It was whipped cream with like chocolate shavings on top. Fuck with it. I'm with that.
Okay.
All right.
Whipped cream with chocolate
Cool
shavings.
alternative,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What about I'm not done with you there, Terrence. What
Wait a second.
What about roasted marshmallows, man? You sitting at a campfire with a roasted marshmallow? What's going on?
A couple s'mores, yeah.
I gotta be in a specific mood.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Outdoors at a campfire.
Yeah, not always.
Oh.
Did you say
Sometimes
parents?
in the mood for just drinking for it.
Tea?
Terrence.
I'm sorry, buddy.
No, you straight.
I said Clarence. It's so my bad. I'm sorry.
It's a very common mistake.
Now you have deodorant on your shirt.
He calls me Clarence as well, even though he's.
That's so funny.
I know. He's like, so Clarence, damn it, Terrence. Like, it's cool, man.
Well, shouts out to Clarence Elwer. He actually has a brother that runs the Perseverance store. His name's Terrence. So.
True. Yeah.
Clarence and
Clarence and Terrence.
Yeah.
Clarence and
Clarence
Terrence.
That's funny. I like that.
Quite a boy. Tadiko! Tadiko! I fuck with that.
Now, I asked the Blow this question on the
Yeah.
podcast the other day, and I don't know why, but I'm interested. As a child, did you have a name that you would have liked to have been called?
No, I liked my name.
Okay.
Because there wasn't a lot of people with my name, and actually,
Really?
the real reason, yeah, like growing up, I just didn't meet a lot of Mitches.
I don't know a lot of Mitches either. I think you're the only Mitch I know.
I met a few Mitchells in
Interesting.
my life.
Yeah, I don't think I
Mitches
have.
for short.
Mitches for sure.
You liar, man.
What?
There are some other Mitchells out here in this world.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to go by Mitchell McLaughlin for the artist thing because it's kind of cool. Like, it's my mom's maiden name. My grandpa is from Ireland. He was one of 21 kids. And yeah, shout out Grandma Mitchell. Great Grandma
It's a
Mitchell.
lot of family.
Yeah, it's big family.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
21, wow.
That is, yeah. That's like,
Yeah, it was.
That's definitely enough kids to have like a TLC show.
Yeah.
That is. I've never thought about that.
Oh, man.
The original John and Kate.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, John and Kate plus 20.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's
That
crazy.
show's insane. Shouts out the John and Kate family.
Oh, no.
No,
we don't
I don't think they're doing well at all.
Yeah, I think he actually is like arrested for some bad stuff.
Oh.
Shout out to Kate, you know?
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Kate.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I'm going to have to probably respectfully take that shout out.
Yeah. I understand.
Okay.
Thank
He
you.
did seem a little
I
weird
didn't
to
know.
me. John always did seem a little off.
Yeah.
Same with the Duggar family.
Oh, yeah.
Don't even get me started on those creeps. Dude, those people are psychopaths. I don't care. Like, absolute psychopaths those people are. Turns out one of the kids was, or the oldest one, the pedophile. Yeah.
Dude, all right. So I didn't want to say it, but
Yeah.
that's what John is.
I
Yeah.
did not know
Yeah.
any of this. This is
Awful, right?
mind-boggling.
It gives a whole nother meaning to the Learning Channel. Just like you're learning about psyche and stuff. Because that would really mess with you. 20 kids? I mean, the parents, I'm sure the parents are fine, but 20 kids, that'd just be intense all the time.
Man.
There'd be like no breaks.
Yeah. It was an interesting little lifestyle, like big lifestyle. They would sleep in dressers, the infants.
What?
Yeah, you'd have dresser drawers, and they would be like filled with like blankets and cushy shit. And yeah, little drawers where the babies slept.
Did they close it?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Probably like staggered.
Like, how many kids we talking
Yeah. In these drawers, man.
Yeah.
2 kids per dresser?
Yeah. And I was lucky enough to go to Ireland when I was 18 in 2015, and I was super lucky to have gone to the home where everybody was born. They've kept the house and the farm. I mean, they've sold off some, but they've also built it out like a complex.
Yeah.
And I stood in the room where they were all like living, and it was so small.
So your dad was living in this place, or your mother?
Wait, what?
Your grandpa?
Like, how far?
My
you
grandpa.
Said, I mean, your grandpa was there.
My mom's dad.
Okay. Gotcha.
Nice.
But all right.
Even
so-
further back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically, like, their last name's Mitchell, and he was just like a huge inspiration to me. Like, I really cared about him, and he taught me about like work ethic and how to really do it. So his story is awesome. He moved to America when he was like in his 20s at some point. His older brother was already here, and he like knew how to work on cars and such, and like so he started working in a garage when he got here, and he built himself up. And he had like a 5th grade education, but he built himself up to have the largest power steering company in the Midwest, and sold all of the power steering to the buses in the city of Chicago. And like, so he was like a hardworking dude, really busted his ass.
That's
and
the
like,
American story.
Yeah, that's the American dream. It was insane. So fast forward, and he's my grandpa. I called him Poppy.
Nice.
And
Watch out, Drake.
yeah,
There's
right.
already
There's a new champagne poppy.
Yeah.
So he just like, I just helped him with his yard work and ran errands with him, and he was such an interesting dude. He bought these throwing knives and like taught me how to like throw knives in his garage.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even this one time I never got to use this. This is so funny. And he built just random little inventions, and we were in his garage, and he had a stick with like a steak knife taped to the end of it, like he was making a spear.
Steak knife spear.
Yeah.
You never know when you're gonna need a spear.
No, never.
You never know when a zebra is gonna come up in the lawn.
Hey man,
Have
just
dinner
needs to
for-
keep a
Yeah,
bottle of
Palos
A1
Park,
sauce on the
Illinois.
side.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, I mean, that goes back to you were like, do you like your first name? And yeah, and I figure we're on the name topic. So, and I really want to like explain this, I guess. But so
Yeah.
then my last name is McLaughlin, and that's of course, my dad's name, last name, and my grandpa on that side. And he taught me how to play guitar and folk music. He is a folk singer, and he's been playing since the 50s, and he played in a band and did a ton of solo stuff, like, as just throughout his whole life.
So did he teach you how to play, or did it just come naturally, or?
Yeah, he taught me chords. I did a little. I remember the first time I picked up guitar, it was like 7th grade, and I was at a track, like overnighter kind of thing, and like my buddy brought a guitar and taught me "Hey There, Delilah." Love that song.
Nice. I do too.
It's so good.
That's a good
Great song.
Overplayed song of 2007.
It's very
Probably.
overplayed.
Every 3 songs on the radio would fucking play.
That
Yeah.
Delilah.
that and Good Riddance. I haven't heard Good Riddance in a minute, but
September never ends.
yeah.
Wake me up. That's my Green Day.
Good song.
What's your favorite Green Day album?
Oh, I love American Idiot.
Really?
It was really important. It was my first burned CD, and on the bus, somebody was like, "Oh shit, the government."
Busting through the windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that album was cool, man. That was around
2004.
Yeah, that was-
4.
04. I remember like grabbing like singles from that album like off of LimeWire
Yeah.
around that time.
LimeWire. I was gonna mention that.
Fucked
Yeah.
my computer up.
Shout out to LimeWire. Yeah, but not to our
Yeah.
computers. It
Yeah,
really did.
fucked my computer up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Took a toll.
Yeah.
I mean, the music was great.
Yeah.
Like pretty
think it was worth
immediately,
it.
my computer
Yeah,
just
it
like
was.
fried itself after downloading like one song.
Mm-hmm.
I was a trooper, man. I got like libraries off of LimeWire.
Discographies. That's where I learned discographies. I had the Weird Al discography.
That's a great one.
It was
Interesting.
so good.
Interesting one to grab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and Green Day. I love Dookie. I have that on vinyl, and it's
Dookie.
green vinyl.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
Dookie
Oh.
might be my favorite, and the one
I'm not
after
burning
that
out. I'm just burning.
is the one after that. What's the one
So
after
good.
that? Insomniac? Is that what it's called,
I don't
or
know.
something like that?
I mean,
Anyway,
there's an
those two.
See, I
Insomniac
remember
out
watching
there,
that
but
little
I don't
Green
know.
Day album discography
Oh,
video
yeah.
with you. I don't know. I need to dive into a little more Green
Green
Day.
Day's great.
I mean, American
Dude,
Idiot's great.
They rock.
That's kind of. I
It's
mean,
such a
I was
good band.
around the age I got into them. I didn't know anything previous
Pop punk
to
was
that.
basically, I'd say,
Kinda
invented
childhood.
by them. Not
Yeah.
really, but
Yeah.
nice.
Good
what about
era.
Weezer? You like Weezer?
I do like Weezer. I've listened to them my whole life too, but not as much as I loved like Green Day.
I don't know why, but when I think of Dookie, I think of Blue Album.
Blue Album's great. Yeah.
Blue Album's great.
Actually, that's so comparable. They're so
Right.
like.
Well, I mean, I was around the same time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think.
Probably. I don't know.
Blue Album was like 2000 or something, or like
No,
it was
90.
It was earlier. It was like 97 or some
like
shit.
that. It's a pretty early, like 95 or 96.
Smashing Pumpkins?
Love Smashing Pumpkins.
No.
Not aside from. Have you guys seen the meme with the roller coaster?
Yeah.
And the one song, it's
Yeah.
like. It's just held
This
out.
is a fucking roller coaster clip going by. That's fucking hilarious.
It's so funny.
94. Okay.
94.
Blue?
Yeah.
Damn. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's like so Radiohead era.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's take a quick commercial break.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then we'll get right back into it. Yeah. And we back.
We back.
I don't even know what we were talking about.
I don't either. It's been kind of a break because my camera was overheating. So
Yeah, I don't remember.
We put some ice on it.
we were just talking about David Bowie
Yeah.
before the break.
Bruce
ended.
Springsteen, Neil Young.
Yeah.
Neil Young being underrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Neil Young, very underrated. Well, I mean, he's also not at the same time. Like
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
He's
compared
not.
to like Dylan
Blaze
or
Foley.
stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
people usually bring up that before Neil
pretty
Young.
popular.
Oh, Tom Petty.
Tom Petty.
Tom
too.
Petty.
Yeah, Tom Petty is outstanding.
Yeah,
Great man.
great songwriter.
Yeah, he's got this one record called The Last DJ, and it's awesome. It's like in the 2000s even.
Ooh.
Rick Rubin produced it, and it was like he was driving down the interstate, and he looked up, and he saw this billboard that was like, all music, no talk radio. And he's like, that's sad. You know, like the DJs were like the people who fucking put the mix together. You know what I mean? Like you trusted their taste.
Yeah.
Like that was the point of connecting. And we missed that. I mean,
Sounds very hip hop.
Yeah, like when
Who missed
radio
that?
people could like break an artist.
Yeah.
Like you don't see that anymore. You don't see like radio people
Yeah.
doing that. They're just
Times
playing what
have
everyone else
changed,
is
man.
playing.
yeah, it's
Times
the
have changed.
big
I guess it's-
corporations. It is,
I guess
though.
the
It's
new way is
iHeartRadio.
like playlists.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
people doing playlists and
Playlists
stuff.
are the new DJs.
It's very
Yeah.
cool. It's very cool.
Well, a little over the break, I wanted to get a little more in detail with this record.
Yeah, definitely. I'd love to explain it.
So we're gonna break it down
Yeah,
in a very scientific way.
definitely.
So, do you have your formulas ready?
Yes.
Okay. So I wanna. Can you lay the equations out on me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what was the math equation that came up in your head when you were
Y
putting
equals
this together?
mx plus b.
God, I suck at math. I don't know what
Why?
any of that.
That wasn't very good.
Equals mx plus b.
Statistics was not bad in college, but like in high school it was difficult.
Mhm.
I don't know,
Okay. I didn't even. Yeah, bad.
Mm-hmm.
So math. Okay. Math.
Yeah. This one,
Played a
God,
big-
I was in 7th grade, and I like took this test and I failed hard.
Yeah.
And like she called my mom and was like, he got like a 30 something. And at first I thought he
Wow.
was just a like bubble off the Scantron and he just like missed all the bubbles. But it was a 30. And my mom was like, oh boy.
I can't believe that she just ratted you out like that.
Dude, I know. Just
That's
give me the
not-
F.
That's not.
Yeah.
cool,
Teach me
dude.
my lesson and let's go home.
Let me fill in peace. You know.
Like she really took time out her day to be like, well, I'm gonna call up McLaughlin's parents today. I'm gonna let them know. Got a 30.
I was just that kid that parents needed to be called. Like it was just,
Yeah, you're that guy.
yeah.
I mean, well, I think all those things led you to where you are today.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Which is like something I want to talk about is when I did In the Water, that was the like peak of COVID pretty much. Like we were indoors, masked up. We didn't have the vaccine yet. It was really scary. And
Yeah.
like, I mean, it's still terrifying, but it's like, so I was super cooped up like all of us were, and I was getting super depressed. And I've been struggling with depression since I was 13.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was something new, but it just got bad. And I just kind of got so tired of this. And I was like, God, I just want out of this. So I just did my research and I found an outpatient program in Nashville. It's like 5 minutes from my house. And for like 2 weeks, I did like 5 days a week with all these people. And it was like a group setting. And we did like all forms of therapy. It was incredible. I mean, it was such a necessary time that I needed. we did music therapy, you know, where we would write lyrics and such and like change the lyrics of songs to be like positive. And all this sounds very like cheesy, but it's funny like how impactful it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't like stress how incredible that experience was. Like coloring, making collages.
It's like tapping back into that childlike energy, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was like exposing a lot. I wonder if that was actually a big point of it, like exposing your childhood so you can like open up and.
Yeah, that's where the creativity lies.
It's kind of cool. We did, and then like just different forms of therapy. Like you learn like coping mechanisms, like something is like tapping my chest to like bring me back if I start getting like overwhelmed. But 2 years before COVID and all that hit, I was like super bad, and I was just doing dumb shit and like always overreacting on stuff, and I had been doing that for a while, and it just was unbearable, and I was losing friends over it, and I was like having near-death experiences, and it was just like a terrifying time. And so I mean, I had been seeing a therapist for a couple of years at that point, but I finally was just like opening up about certain things, and they were like, you should maybe go see a psychiatrist, you know, like. And so I have a history of mental illness in my family and addiction, you know, and I was very aware of that and very self-aware of it since a young age to like be on the lookout for those signs and everything. Yeah. And it was pretty heavy. I mean, it's a part of me.
Yeah.
It is. And, you know, it's pretty incredible to, I think, have a self-awareness, even though like I'm still making mistakes and, you know, not living my best life sometimes. But so anyways, I got diagnosed bipolar, and it helped make a lot of sense of everything. Went on medication, continued with therapy, like really just committed to trying to find some steady ground.
Yeah.
So that was happening. So then fast forward 2 years, COVID, I'm in my garage working on music, and I like look up like outpatient programs, you know. So then I did that. So the in the water thing really came from like a manic kind of state where I wanted to be just like aggressive in the music to get the Jesus Christ.
I felt that, man.
I hope the mic picked that up.
Oh my God, yeah, it definitely did. Crack.
I wanted to be.
I did though. I was so upset and so pent up. You know what I mean? I mean that energy was so intense.
Yeah, I definitely during that like the first few months, especially where all the like protests and stuff were happening at the same time. Like, yeah, there was a specific like time period, like a week time period where it felt very tense. Like I feel like everyone was super on edge. And it was probably more than a week. I was gonna say, it was like more than a week. Yeah,
but
I just remember the air being thick. It was just like, and I was back home in West Virginia, so
I mean,
and like that time was interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like that was a time to experiment.
Yeah, honestly, I think it forced a lot of people to look inward a little more than they would have, because everyone just being stuck at home with their own thoughts. It's like you're kind of forced to.
And it was something, I had a photography professor that talked about when 9/11 hit. She was a different major than a photography major. Yeah. And she said 9/11 hit, and she thought that it was, you know, life was too short, and she switched careers. And she talked about how a lot of people did that. And that was when I had another student in the class that was like in his 30s, and he said when 9/11 hit, he was like a certain major, like something, and he immediately joined the Army. Like immediately, you know, he didn't think he would as like a kid. Yeah. So then after he got out, he also was like, life is too short, and became an art major at Belmont, which was so badass. And he was an incredible artist too, just a cool dude. So yeah, I mean, I think COVID was a lot like that, where it just inspired people to get better and to do better. And we had the time to. I mean, we were inside, you know, there was, you know, we truly stopped, especially with how fast this world has gotten with technology. I sound like such an old man, but I mean, it's so true. Like our attention spans and everything, like we had a moment to relax, to reset. As terrible terrible of a situation it is. Like,
Yeah, I think I saw a thing the other day where apparently in the last like year, more people have quit their jobs than like any other time period since like the Industrial Revolution and stuff like that. Like, which is insane to me. But I think it is that. I think a lot of people had time to really think about their life and stuff and be like, oh, wait, I'm like unhappy. You know what I mean? Like like what I'm doing right now isn't really what I want to be doing. And yeah, I definitely think the pandemic showed a lot of that to people. Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially last year.
especially 2020.
A lot of things will be birthed out of this era.
Oh, yeah.
So much music, so much art, you know? I mean, every time we go through difficult periods like this, I mean, that happened we have some of the best art from the Revolutionary War, from the Spanish-American War.
Yeah. Vietnam.
Oh, my God, Vietnam.
Yeah.
And terrible war. And, yeah, I mean, CCR, I think, immediately, you know, have you ever seen the rain?
Yeah.
Love that song.
Yeah.
That song is amazing.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I always, when I'm like playing Call of Duty, playing Warzone, I always like when the helicopter's coming in, I'm like, whoa, it's just a shot away.
Yeah, man.
It's so funny. That soundtrack.
Did y'all ever get to play the what was it, the Battlefield 2? It was like a DLC they had.
Bad
like,
Company 2?
Bad Company 2. They had
Vietnam
DLC
DLC
for the Vietnam.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't play that, but that's awesome.
That was
I
great.
played
That was
Bad
awesome,
Company.
man.
That was a good game.
Bad Company is
Fucking
great.
helicopters and
You could.
old school like fucking.
Why do they
trucks and
deprive
shit.
you in those games of all the vehicles? Why are they like, you can only ride this? Like, I loved Halo for that reason. You could ride all of the vehicles.
Yeah.
You could fly. And That shit
I
was
feel like
awesome.
Battlefield does a good job at that. I mean,
They
fuck,
did a
you can
great
ride
job.
botes,
Mhm.
Battlefield.
They're doing
fucking
better in the new Call of Duties.
helicopters.
You can ride vehicles in like Warzone and all
See,
the
Call
other
of
stuff.
Duty, man. I don't know, man. It's just something about what y'all doing with y'all games, man. Y'all giving me motion sickness for years.
That's interesting.
I
So
can't play
every
Call
time,
of Duty. I don't know what it is with like their fucking programming or their frame rates. Like it just makes me nauseous.
They're always the smoothest ones too, because
Nah,
they
man.
they always keep like a 60.
They make me want to
frames.
throw up.
So when if I was playing it, would you get sick?
Yes,
Damn.
I don't like watching it.
Well, you
Yes.
get ready because
I will literally
I'm getting a new COD. It looks awesome.
turn my face away.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
Vanguard.
yeah, I'm in.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the
bro,
project.
We're like
yeah.
fucking.
ADD.
Shouts out Adam22, man.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. No jumper.
What?
No Jumper.
He's a podcast guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No.
I'm pretty sure you've seen No Jumper.
Oh yeah.
What is it? What's he uses like the Gucci Mane intro on there. What is it?
I'm ballin' like an athlete,
got no jumper. Shit like that.
Yeah.
Shouts out Gucci Mane. All right, man. Yeah. All right, man. Yeah. Let's break it down. Let's.
Okay.
So you were in COVID. Did you write that
Yeah.
during that time period?
Yeah.
Like, right
Yeah.
during the outpatient thing you were going to?
Mm-hmm. My buddy came out to the garage, an incredible guitar player, Adam Brady from Chicago. And he moved out to Nashville with another buddy, Rob Bugus. And he was I went to like middle school with him, and then we were in a band in high school called Love in the Dark.
Nice.
This funk psychedelic band. That was an
Psychedelic.
amazing period. And there are videos on YouTube, and it was when I used a high register in my voice that I'm not exactly proud of. And I was super theatrical, which I really was like trying to rid myself of these last few years. I just a little cringy to me, you know
You
what I
should
mean?
remaster it.
I'd like to hear that.
It's,
Yeah, you don't use
I
your
think I've
upper
heard a
register
couple
that
of
much.
those tracks before. I think
yeah. It's
that's when
really
you had
cool.
the shortcut hair.
Yeah, it was a little shorter. It was up here.
Yeah.
It was so fun, and we had a lot of. We really worked hard and made some good music, But so he came out to the garage and he grabbed a slide, and he just played a simple like, and then I put it in the DAW. I flipped it. I put 2 tracks. I reversed it on one, and then kept it straight on the other. So then it would like respond. It was like. Like it's got this cool kind of like thing. So I distorted it, delayed it, did all that, and so that sound was basically what got in the water on me. I did have, I think, the hook from a year ago, if I remember correctly. I can't remember exactly, but the whole song was pretty like 90% of it was written and recorded in that time period. But yeah, once I got the slide in, I knew I wanted it to be this just intense thing, and we were going through the protest period, you know, and I mean, rest in peace, everyone. And from in that period and before, I mean, I'm not trying to be like, oh, just 2020.
Yeah.
Like,
it's just everything compounded in the one moment. It's
really,
like,
definitely
so
interesting past couple of years.
Yeah.
And so I just felt that deeply. That really affected me, and I really had so much empathy for everything that was going on. And I wanted to communicate, even though I think it, you know, you want protest songs to be uplifting and like getting people to like rally. Like, I just wanted to communicate the aggression that was going on, you know, and really put forth, you know, at the time, you know, there were groups of people that were idolizing a certain someone and potentially a president. And it was just like, you know, it was sad to see because he'd been failing them, in my opinion, from the beginning, and like they had so much faith in this guy, and I just think that there's so much that could have been done during that time period that I was upset, and so I know so many other people were upset. You know?
Yeah, I think that was the main thing. Like there was a lack of empathy, and I think it just made everything way more tense than it needed to be.
Yeah,
and I think your song, if anyone, you got to go listen to the song. It's like cinematic, and it captures the tension of that time period very well. Like especially, I mean, it just opens with that guitar, and it's just like, oh, I'm
Something
in.
about
like,
that screams revolution.
Yeah,
the stomps, you know, the fight inside that song. You know, I just the sub bass that goes into that verse. I mean, it's so mean and in your face.
I helped with that sub bass.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah.
Both of you did.
Yeah.
It began just as like a single whole note, and then we figured it out.
What was the original? What was the original bass sound?
It was just a single tone.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And once Tom got that. Oh, dude, Tom.
I think that was Trip
No, it was Tom.
with the 808.
It was my idea. He found the sound. Yeah.
Yeah, Trip
Trip found the
the-
sound.
Yeah, he found the sound.
Yeah. I just said I wanted like a bound 2 bass on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's what I remember saying.
I just programmed it in an FL up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were doing Fruity Loops. That's
Fruity
right.
Loops. Shouts out Fruity Loops.
Shouts out. And I was unfamiliar, and I'm a Ableton and Pro Tools guy, but that was so I was really trusting you guys. That's what I mean. Like I was putting a lot of trust, and it really paid off. And oh my god, so happy to have worked with you guys on that. That really.
It was. I was blown away the whole time I was working. It was just like, I'm working on some stuff that I actually like really want to work on. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
Very different.
I didn't really get a chance to work on anything like that before. I've been working on mostly just hip hop stuff my whole time. So
I think I have some of that day on footage.
yeah,
That's cool. We should find that.
I have a ton of
It's on the
pictures.
drive, man. So I'm so happy I found the
Shouts
drive,
out.
man.
Shouts out to the drive.
I know. I do have footage of that actually. I remember because I was wearing a blue denim jacket with the Titans cap on. My little train worker.
Yeah, the like,
Titans
does
cap.
it have like the
Then you
felt
had,
on the inside of it or whatever, or it's like reversible?
No, it's like the blue denim jacket with like the navy kind of.
It's like half a hoodie,
cloth.
right?
No, it's a hoodie.
Okay,
it doesn't matter.
hoodie.
It's
There's
just a
hoodie,
reference point of that memory. But that was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Yeah,
fun. Music, when you're just having fun, like time stops, you get your best ideas, your like guards down in the best way. And you know, I do. I mean, I'm not gonna like act like I'm always like having fun.
No.
Like I brood over these songs, of course, and get really serious. But it's only because I care a lot, and I think that there's an element of responsibility and seriousness that needs to be. It needs to be taken, you know, when making the music. I think,
especially when you're tackling like serious subject matters and stuff. I mean, Yeah, of course you gotta take that seriously, and you can still have fun with it and stuff. But like,
Well, I feel like, In the Water is kind of like a track that just stands on its own. I feel like Color of Her Hair is kind of like a pre-text to Hide the Knives as far as like sound.
Yeah. It's like an origin story. I mean, it's like I called those two prototypes because, like, you know, I'll admit there's some things I want to change on In the Water, things I do differently, and so those two songs, although with the simplicity of Color of Her Hair, I was really proud of it, and like I wouldn't change a thing about that. I am.
Yeah, that's a mood.
Yeah, that track it's pretty much the same. When you showed it.
Yeah.
Just
I knew I wanted to be dry. It was like Creeks by Bon Iver. It's just a dry vocoder. I mean, he did it a cappella, and it was so hard. Like, it's so intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of them almost stand on their own. I mean, Color of Her Hair has a B-side feel to it for sure, but I don't know.
That's not a bad thing, though.
No, yeah.
Don't Let Me Down's a B
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
or
I
a
love
B-side.
B-sides.
I love B-sides.
Yeah.
So how does that move into the actual creation of Hide the Knives?
So during that period of In the Water and Color of Her Hair, I was here at Upstate, and I knew I wanted to work on a full length. And once I got In the Water, I felt like I found a sound that I needed. Like I found something that I had been working towards since I might have been 12. I got a DAW when I was 12. Like a program to work inside of to build out the production. And it was, I remember being in my basement and I was writing folk songs and they were vibey, they're super Bon Iver-esque and Tallest Man on Earth. And I did this one, I remember this one time I had like this, I layered an argument with myself. Like myself talking to myself in an argument, and then I layered me slapping myself at like the peak of it, and then I had it go into like a song. And I remember coming upstairs from the basement, and my dad's like, "What are you doing?"
It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
Okay, so
What's going on there?
let me talk to you, son.
Yeah, and they're so supportive. They've always been supportive, which is cool. Shouts out mom and dad.
Yeah, of course.
And Jake and Aubrey, you know, family's super supportive. But
Nice.
So I knew I needed a click, so we put it to the modular, the 24 track. No, I knew that I found it, and that's something I have literally been working towards, and it'll adapt and it'll grow as I go, and there's things on everything that I wish I did differently, but no, I felt like with the cinematic vibe, the whole feel of the universe, you know, that I wanted to capture, not just a song. It was, you know, I wanted to write a good song and then put it in a universe that was very cinematic and almost existential and surreal.
Yeah.
You know, people talking and road sounds and like the protests and people screaming and
Yeah.
so I felt like during that period I figured it out, and we were talking, and I wanted to do a full-length album, and you recommended doing like a sampler, like an EP, and that made more sense. I was more attainable at the time, so I got to work, and I just started writing it. One of the first songs I started writing it from scratch and did about 30 songs, and then chose my favorite, like 5. Well, actually it was 6, but then I stripped Shannon. Yeah. It's a great song, but yeah, I don't know. I just took it off the record. But what else? So I found the sound, started writing, got 30 songs, chose my favorite 5. Then I brought them to friends, you know, and basically started rewriting them, which I think is super important in my process, is to be able to bring songs that I've written and bring them to friends and have their opinions and like really rewrite them. And so Rachel Martin, another amazing songwriter and singer in Nashville, helped me with the whole record. We did that over FaceTime during the COVID period.
Shouts out Rachel.
Yeah, shouts out Rachel. Yeah. And then Superb helped with Drowning in the Deep End over on the couch in Studio C.
Studio
My favorite studio. Dude, that's so insane. You have the Max. That's I was like proud. I walked in. I was like, fuck yeah. So Upstate has interns, which is incredible, and they have Mac computers outside with like little dividers and like a table.
Yeah.
And like they can get to work.
They got their computers now. We're building over here,
Yeah, really building it up.
I want to ask about the breakdown on In the Water.
Okay.
The someone believe. So how did that come about? Did you originally I need a breakdown here specifically, or like, because it fits it's like out of left field, but it fits the mood of the song so well.
Thanks, man. I knew I needed a bridge because if I'll be honest, the song would get a little monotonous because it's only a couple chords, which isn't bad, but I think it's like only like 2 chords at times, except for the hook. Like the chorus, it has like it goes down and does some other stuff. But yeah, I knew I needed a bridge. I went to, every time I say like I knew I needed a click, so I put it like, Giorgio Moroder, that song. Shouts out to Daft Punk and Random Access Memories.
True.
Holy crap, album. That is such a good record.
Good album.
Such a clean one. Like, talk about perfection. See, that's what I mean. Like, I want to get to that point. Yeah. Those records that are so clean and just polished and perfect. And not that I don't want to make grimy records. Yeah. But there's still a way to make grimy records
intentional.
Sound... Yeah. You know?
Intentional griminess.
Yeah. So I knew I needed a bridge, so I brought it to my friend James Ebel, another Nashville songwriter, producer. And so, what's it called? He was like, you need something like Red River, and we were like really trying to figure it out, and I brought it home, and I knew it just needed like a switch up, and so, Send Me Someone to Believe. It just went along with that theme of just having such desperate need for trust in our politicians and politics. And, I think it's obviously insanely difficult to have trust in our politicians, in all politicians. It's such a difficult task. Everyone is so shady. I mean, so that idea of like, please send me someone, like, and it's almost tongue-in-cheek, but it's still serious. Like, it's still like, no, legitimately send me someone to believe, but also, like, I don't know, it's got something. And then also, I wanted to have this take on God as well, I mean, truly, like, I think spirituality and religion, it's one of the most difficult things in our world to grasp with. And so, having this feeling of, even during desperate times of thinking, I mean, how, it's such a difficult time. Sometimes you can question, how could there be a God that's doing this, that's allowing this to happen? So there's this feeling of just, please send me someone that I can trust or something. That makes sense, man.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I didn't know about the politician side of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you say the blood of Syria is burning down the city.
Well, I meant like with the send me someone. Like, I like that it's kind of like a double meaning there. That's like cool.
Triple.
Yeah.
It's got 3 actually.
Triple entendre.
Yeah.
Bars.
So yeah, that's that section.
Thanks, I love that section. It's beautiful.
James Ebel, shouts out.
Yeah.
I'm curious about Hide the Knives.
Okay, so I feel like I just keep like going left and right. And up and down like the Wonka Vader. I found the sound, the samples I really wanted to do, blending with like the folk songs and the blues songs and the country songs, and I just got to go. I got the 30, found the 5, rewrote it. And then went in and produced it. I usually start with the bass song, get just the folk song out, get just the country song out, and then I'm already hearing like the elements of like the vibes, So, and then I use the samples from freesample.org. Like, it's legitimately just cleared samples.
Freesample.org is great.
Yeah. Sick. Like, you just type in anything and it just pops up people coughing.
I'm just learning about freesample.org. I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
it's a good website.
So which one was the sample off of there?
What do you mean?
What's the sample? What's the sample in Hide the Knives?
Hide the Knives.
The actual track.
The actual track. Children laughing.
Oh yeah. That's right.
What else? I think it's just the children laughing. I wanted to create. it's a very dark. I mean, it's a very dark album, and it's something I've wanted to write since I was 13. Like, I really feel it. Like, I really feel and like again, do I think it's like the end all be all? Like, no. Like, I think it's a cool record though, and so Hide the Knives. I wanted it to be a story about a parents get the phone call that their son is in a hospital and he was cutting his wrists. And I wanted, with the children laughing, to be this thing of like, well, to like pull the heartstrings, to be like, that was your baby, you know. But it's also a song about saying it's not their fault. You know what I mean? Like, I think that a lot of people can place the blame on other external elements, and definitely, I mean, there's a lot of awful things in the world that happen to kids. So I'm not denying that at all, but in this situation I wanted to present it as if like it's not your fault, it's okay, it's just it's something he's going through, you know, and that's all you can do is just be kind to yourself in that situation. You know, I mean, I'm not a parent, but I could totally see, well, I know it, I would feel awful.
Oh my god, yeah, that'd be the worst. That'd be yeah man. Hide the Knives is beautiful.
Drowning Deep in has those tones as well with the lyrics, and
that one's a little tongue-in-cheek on a dark element too. There's something a little more like
I think all the songs, you know, the concepts and themes and stuff flow pretty seamlessly.
And I love that it ends on Memphis. It ends off on a little bit of hope of like happy times and like those kind of memories and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's not a sad song. It's a nostalgic song. I went on a date and we were talking about Memphis. I've never even been to Memphis yet. And this didn't even happen.
Really?
The story.
Oh, fuck. Wow.
The story is
great
just
songwriting.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
Never been to Memphis.
No, that's the next song.
I'm actually in Memphis.
Yeah.
But we were just talking about Memphis and how we had never been, and you know, romantic me went home, and I was like, oh, what if we went to Memphis?
That's like what it would be like if y'all went to Memphis.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But that's awesome that you can even do that. Like most people, they're like, I have to like, you know, like most of it comes. But you just be able to write a song about the idea of like what you think it would be like to go to like that's sick to me. Like that's so cool. Yeah, a lot of people can't do that. That's great.
How many ways? It's great.
How Many Ways Can One Man Fall is my favorite track on the record.
Yeah, I just tried to keep it short. It's long.
Yeah, but it's just one of those tunes.
Yeah, one of those. Which is funny. That was almost the EP
title,
name.
It was too long.
Yeah.
And then Hide the Knives, I felt like had such a poignant touch on the record.
Yeah.
That song is great. I love the screams in it. I wanted to show all these ways that you can torture yourself, you know, because it's never just one, you know, there's the obvious. And so I like to talk about God a lot in my music. I think it's super just a fascinating topic. I've been interested since I was a kid. Sad side story is when I was unmedicated, I would see God in things. I would feel like I'd see signs all the time. I'd hear songs on the radio all the time and think it was for me, telling me what to do and shit.
Yeah.
So it was a weird time. I mean, so it really influenced and inspired my music. But so that was one of the ways man can fall, is questioning, going down the rabbit hole of God. Another one is material objects, pills and pearls, you know. And then just, that's pretty much, I guess, the idea of it. And Marta Palumbo wrote those strings, and that string session was so much fun. We got to do it was a double bass, violin, and viola and cello, and viola, violo, violo, viola. And that was an incredible session. Shout out to every one of those players.
I gotta come to one of those string sessions.
Definitely.
Sounds like
I haven't really seen like
romantic.
live strings be
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like, you know, we just gotta let the people hear, though. Well, by the time this comes out, it'll be a lot closer.
Be close,
Yeah, I'll be
When's
check out In
when's
the
the
Water,
release
that's
date
out.
on that?
December 3rd.
December 3rd.
But starting this week, every single week up until December 3rd, I'll be releasing something. So next week is the music video for In the Water. After that, I'll release Color of Her Hair, which will be like the full, double-sided EP. It's just 2 songs, but and then after that, the week after that, How Many Ways? Week after that, Drowning. Week after that, the song Hide the Knives, and then week after that's December 3rd, and it'll be the full record. Yeah.
Mitch has. He's gonna be hitting everyone with the music.
Yes.
Every week.
Yeah, and I am on my way to finishing the next record. Yeah. Which is a rock record that I'm super stoked about. It's just a grimy kind of like hot record.
No, it's great.
It's a little like
interesting
risque.
direction.
Yeah, it's super. Those guitars are just dirty. Like, great.
We can't give them too much.
We can't
reveal that yet. It's still
it's
Hide
great
the Knife
though.
season right now.
Hide the Knives.
But there's more coming after that, peeps. Before we did wrap up though, you didn't tell them about the show.
Yeah. So, we have a lot of shows coming up. So, the live band, I really wanted to make something that captured the full record. I mean, like down to a T. And I wanted to adapt as we go along. But so I have a 7-piece band, so 2 sample dudes and piano, a second guitar, drums, and bass. And so 2 synth dudes, my buddy Alan Fine, who helped me with the record as well.
Shouts out to Alan, man.
Yeah, Alan Fine is an incredible producer in Nashville and doing a lot of good work, and we're excited to see him come up. Definitely.
He engineered the Hide the Knives.
Yeah, he mixed the record. And it's an incredible mix. What were we?
No, you're just talking about the shows.
Right, the show.
Yeah.
I just keep, sorry, Wonka Vader. We got a house show coming up, which will be our first performance, and I'm going to do it as a 3-piece with Alan and Satorian, Peter Donnelly. We're going to do a vibey 3-piece, and then December 12th, we have a show at The End in Nashville, which is such a sick venue. It's got the White Stripes pass through it, like all these cool-ass bands. It's such a staple.
Yeah, I love The End.
And then I'm going to start doing some mini tours, so I have Louisville and Bowling Green lined up for December, and then January I'm going to finally go to Memphis. I'm going to see it. I don't know the date yet.
That's awesome.
Memphis and Memphis.
Knoxville.
Would love to hear Memphis and Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis and Memphis. I hope they like it. Like, what if they're just like, boo!
Boo! No barbecue
Fake!
For you.
Poser!
We don't build this shit,
Memphis
man.
Poser.
Yeah, Memphis Poser.
He's a phony.
Family Guy. Phony.
I'm excited to get to show this to people and, develop. I think that it'll be different as I get older, and I want the band to evolve. Like I said, like this next record's a rock record, so I have a feeling like I'll strip the band down a bit, and do some more, dirty-ass rock shows. And then the record after that, I'm already envisioning that it would be a very beautiful record. Just because I'm in love right now. Yeah. And I have a feeling that these songs are going to come through. I'm excited. I'll start writing that record in probably a month or 2.
Fuck yeah, man.
I'm excited to hear that.
I like
That's
all these
great.
records and like nothing's released. I mean, it's all coming. Yeah. It's all in the pipeline. But
it's all in the pipeline.
It's funny.
Just documenting, a bit of time right here. Nice little time capsule.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Calm before the storm.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's great. Glad to see people just striving, prospering.
Yeah, I'm super proud of you, man. You killed it. Like last year, it wasn't
even last year.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even. It wasn't even last year. Yeah, it feels
6
like
months ago, basically.
Yeah,
maybe 8.
It feels so much longer ago than that.
About like 7, 8 months ago.
But I've seen your confidence grow so much over the last 6 months. You truly, I feel like you're starting to like really believe in what you got, what you should, because it's dope. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what you're gonna do.
I'm excited for the whole camp too, man. I'm excited to see what Satorian and you and Alan and the guys, Doyle, what everyone comes up with.
Shout out
man.
Nick Doyle.
Shouts out Doyle, bro.
Shout out Doyle.
Yeah, man. But
oh, Doyle, dude, I know.
Yeah, man. Well, yeah, this has been another episode, man. Of MC to MC, man. This has been a great one. It's your dude Superb, man.
Oh, Tom.
Mitchell McLaughlin.
Mitchell McLaughlin here in the building, man.
Thank you guys so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
This is so cool. I love
Thanks
it. And
for
it's
coming.
like one of my first. I guess it's like my second podcast because I did that one with you and Robbie. But no, like, yeah, that was a funny one. If you haven't seen it,
yeah, see that one.
Recommend going back.
You'll learn a little bit more about Mitch on that episode.
Yeah, I talk about what the commune, being a cockroach, resilience.
Rick James.
Rick James.
James, yeah.
Oh, Rick James. Oh, wait, really quick.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to watch the James Brown interview on CNN. It's incredible. He's got these big orange glasses on, and he's like,
I've seen clips from this.
I think he's like super coked out.
Oh yeah,
super high, and which is like not a good thing. I know, but the video is so funny. Yeah. He just like opens up and he's like, "Living in America," and the interviewer's like, okay, and he just came out of prison, and he goes, and he's like, "I'm out on love." You're out of love or out on love? On love. I want to talk about music.
James Brown, man.
Dude, he's a legend. He was.
I would have been really thrown off if you just started this podcast just
like that.
Go America.
Oh man.
I mean, we're reciprocal, different kind of energies.
Yeah, I unplugged a microphone last one, so we're
nice.
Trying to keep it a little tame. This one
moment.
Wear the suit. I wanted to be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
Looking fly.
Looking fly, man. You did the thing right. Did it right.
Killed it.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you for all you've done.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
no time.
Thanks for letting us in your world,
Terrence.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. Well, all right. Just gonna catch y'all.
It's been MC2MC.
All right.
Peace.
Bye, guys.